Hey guys, back again in our Ask the Roofer guest series, back with Matt Dehan. He decided to do another video with us, which means we were good, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Enjoyed it.
I wanted to ask you a question, and don't hate me for this.
Okay.
I understand, but I know a lot of people don't understand this as consumers. I go on Craigslist right now, and there's a guy that will paint a room for 25 bucks each or 50 bucks each. And then I have a painting contractor, like one that actually has a truck and a website and that kind of stuff come in.
Yeah.
And they want 125 bucks, or they bid it out per the house or whatever we're doing. And there's this huge break between pricing on the guy on Craigslist that's 50 bucks a room and a professional painter. So why is that?
I mean, I think it's a obstacle that every business person runs into is trying to keep your prices down, but keeping your production up. One of the things I've tried to do is keep my overhead low, obviously, to help keep my prices low. But
you think a lot of it has to do with quality?
that's the next part. Quality or delivery, people showing up on time, of course, being insured. Those are always big things. I don't know how many times I could count per week that I get calls that somebody just didn't show up for their estimate, or people have got thrown off jobs because they say they'll be there and they don't come.
Or take a deposit and disappear.
If a lot of people get 50% or more up front and then they take it and run and you never hear from them again. I hear of that all the time. And then of course, quality. I mean, I could paint a room in an hour or two and take that 50 bucks and be done and be fat and happy. But,
but
a lot of it's in the prep.
Call back.
Right. A lot of it's in the prep of taking your time to make sure that you're covering people's carpet. That you're drop sheeting as you walk in so you're not leaving mud tracks from your shoes getting to the room. Caulking, fixing nail holes, pulling out old nails that have popped and putting in screws.
That won't pop again.
Right, that won't pop again. So kind of avoiding some of those future problems. And of course, paint quality. You can get paint for $15 a gallon. You can get it for $65 a gallon, depending on the quality and how long you want the job to last. And it's kind of where I come in, where I can educate customers on this and inform them of what their best option would be based on what their living situation is.
And it depends, and consumers especially, I see in our industry, because we had that hailstorm of 2011 and roofers came from Wyoming to Texas and they showed up and they hired 6 random guys they never met before to do a roof. And then they left 4 months later with a lot of money and they closed the LLC that they had opened in this area, and so all these warranties that they gave out were absolutely worthless, and people have horrible work done on their houses. So people are starting to look at contractors a lot closer in some cases, and it goes. So I think people want to know and they want to be careful, but it also goes to are you trying to buy a used Kia or are you trying to buy a new Chevy or a new Honda? Whereas, like you said, the guys will come in, they'll rush through, they'll spray everything, and it will be painted, but you'll see the divots, you'll see the runs, you'll see where the nail was popped and they just tapped it back in with a hammer. And there's the imprint of the hammerhead there versus coming in and fixing it all right and then painting it where it's actually going to last and look right. So, I mean, I would say there's relevance to both. My opinion, especially if you have a couple bad experiences, I would much rather hire a company that I know has a reputation that they want to uphold because they're trying to be here for the next 10 years, have a company, whereas a guy that's just trying to pay his bills for that week or whatever, he might do great work, he might not, he might show up, he might not, and that's a gamble. And when you're dealing with your home, you want to know it's done right. You want to know the guy's going to show up and respect your time that you've taken off of work to be there. So the professionalism, the quality, the reputation is a huge thing. I think especially here in our area, it matters more and more to people.
And I think a big part of it's, like you said, just random people showing up. I right now have 5 full-time employees that are on a crew, and I do sub out some work, but most of it is by people that all of it is by people I trust.
But you vetted them already.
So you know who's going to be in your house, and you don't have to worry about some random person showing up.
And not only did you vet them, but you're taking liability that if they screw up, you're going to fix it.
Right.
So the homeowner doesn't have to worry about, hey, this one guy came in, was having a bad day, did bad work, and now I'm stuck with it.
Right. And I warranty all of my jobs for 2 years, which is also a big thing. So I'll walk around with people at the end of the job and get their approval. But then they, of course, if something goes wrong and it's something that we didn't take care of correctly, for 2 years, you can get it fixed. And I don't run into it very often, but I just had a call and somebody called me and they just said, hey, Matt, the railing that you guys painted peeled. And I said, not a problem. I'll put it on the calendar. We'll get it fixed. And
and there's a lot of things, and a lot of people see it now. Some people don't understand that even in our industry or your industry, where even you could go in and make a mistake or miss something, or the paint could have not mixed 100% well. Not that it would happen often, or something on the surface that you're painting was wrong, or there's oil on there that you couldn't see, or I'm pulling stuff out of my head, or you have a guy that's having a really bad day and makes your whole company look bad because he makes a mistake. That doesn't make your company bad. And being able to stand behind that and say, all right, well, this guy made a mistake and he's no longer with us or whatever, but we'll still fix that because it's our job. We stand behind it. We want you to be happy and get what you paid for. Right. That's huge. That's not something you're going to get off of Craigslist.
No, definitely not.
So
you will never hear from them again.
No, until they need more work. So, a short summary of what we just talked of why you need to vet your painters or any contractor for that matter. But I see that even the bandit signs on the side of the road, Sharpied on a white piece of vinyl, paint, 2 rooms for $50.
Right.
Be careful with those guys. So thanks for being with us again.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that's some really good information. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, Matt's information will be linked up in the post. I think we mentioned it last time. Check out Matt's videos and his information he's putting out there. He's putting a lot of good information out about painting and stuff you need to know and understand about that. And if you have any questions about painting or roofing, put them in the comments, shoot us a message. We'd love to answer them. Questions, we'd love to get your input, see what you want to learn about, and do our best to help explain those things to you.